Okay, yesterday we were learning about how do we multiply fractions by fractions, and we were able to see how to, one, use a model. So we got to see how to use a model and what the word of means when we are multiplying in fractions, or that the word of just means multiplication. And then we also saw that you multiply straight across. So there is no need for changing your bottom numbers. We are just multiplying straight across. A fraction and a fraction, straight across, multiplication, get your answer. Okay? So we know that when we multiply fractions, we want them in fraction form, and then we just multiply straight across. So how do we multiply mixed numbers then? How do we multiply mixed numbers? Well, let's think about first, what are mixed numbers? So think back to, let's think back to last week when we were looking at mixed numbers. What are mixed numbers? And if you don't remember, look back in your math journal. So let's look back in your math journal for mixed numbers, So thinking back, looking back, mixed numbers. What are mixed numbers? Okay, well, we know that a mixed number has a whole and a fraction, and we know that an improper fraction has a bigger number, the numerator on the top, and the smaller number on the bottom. So in this lesson today, we are going to be looking for mixed numbers being turned into improper fractions so that we can actually multiply a fraction by a fraction. So, yep, this is the moment we've been training for. The moment we've all been training for. We will be multiplying mixed numbers. We are going to be changing a mixed number into an improper fraction so that way we can multiply a fraction by a fraction. We're going to do it. Are you ready? Let's do this. Okay, so first up, let's talk about what this actually means. So let's say that we have something that looks like example A. So example A says find half of 2 3/4. Okay, well, we know that the word of really just means to multiply. You're right, multiply. So really this problem here means 1/2 times 2 3/4. Okay, in order to solve this problem, we first need a fraction and another fraction. But I only have a fraction, and here I have a mixed number. Therefore, I cannot solve this multiplication problem. I just can't do it. I can't do it because I don't have the proper fractions here, or improper fractions, to be able to do what I need to do as a mathematician. But I have the tools from my tool belt. So we're gonna pull out our tools and we're gonna make this happen. So I do have a fraction. So I'm gonna take my 1/2 and I'm gonna pull this down because I need a fraction by a fraction. So I have 1/2. How can I convert 2 3/4 and make it a fraction. You are so right. I'm going to make an improper fraction. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to convert it. I need to convert. So we're going to come over here and we're going to convert. We need to make it an improper fraction. So we're going to change 4 times 2 plus 3. Ready? 4 times 2 plus 3. Well, we know 4 times 2, that's 8, plus 3, 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, that's 11. Okay, now I need a fraction. So I get 11 over 4. There's my fraction. So I have 11 over 4. Now I'm ready to multiply because I have a fraction times a fraction. It's going back to what we did yesterday. A fraction times a fraction. I am 100% ready now to multiply straight across and do this. Okay, so let's go. All right. Well, 1 times 11. Oh, I should use a different color here so you can see this. Okay, let's use purple. All right, 1 times 11 and 2 times 4, I guess you can't really see the difference. 2 times 4 is 11 over 8. Okay, now you are more than welcome to leave this just like this. Or you can take the skills that you learned last week and you can convert this back to a mixed number. So we can say, okay, how many times does 8 go into 11? Well, we know 8 can go 11 divided by 8. It goes 1 time, right? It can go once, right there. And we know we just did it over here, didn't we? With 3 left over. And then our bottom number is 8 because it's right there. These are equivalent. This fraction is equivalent to that fraction. We will take either of those answers. That was a lot of work just to multiply a fraction. Okay, let's do another one. Ready? Because that was a lot. Biggest thing that we need is we need a fraction times a fraction. Okay, so let's look at example B. So we know now is that we need, in order to solve, we need a fraction times a fraction. That is the question we should be asking ourselves. Okay, so let's add this to our notes. I'm going to put that like in a thinking bubble because that's what I want to be thinking. Do I have a fraction times a fraction? If the answer is no, I need to make a fraction and a fraction, not a mixed number. I don't want any mixed numbers, okay? So maybe out here, we'll just go like this. No mixed numbers. Okay, how's that for a visual? All right, let's do this. Let's go into another example, and then we'll do a try it, okay? All right. I think I need to open a new pack of pens because I'm starting to run out of colors here. Okay. All right, how about 1 and 4/5 times 3 and 2/3. Okay, my question is, do I have a fraction times a fraction? No, I don't. So right now I need to make improper fractions. So we're going to make improper fractions right now. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to turn this one first into an improper fraction. So 1 4/5 equals. Remember to make that C because we're converting. Multiply, then add. Converting to an improper fraction. 5 times 1 plus 4. So 5 times 1 is 5 plus 4 is 9. And then pop it over that denominator right there, which is 5. There we go. So 1 4/5 is equal to 9/5. So I'm going to put it right underneath here since I did it in green. 9/5. Okay, I'm going to do my next one. I'll do this one in pink. 3 2/3. Okay, so ready? 3 2/3. Again, make that C because we're converting. Around in a circle. Down on the bottom, multiply. On top, add. 3 times 3 plus 2. 3 times 3 is 9. Plus 2 is 11. Put it over a denominator of 3. Okay, it was pink, so it's going here over the pink, or under the pink. Okay, oops, and this should have been multiplication. So we're just going to make a multiplication sign. That's another multiplication sign, right? Okay, so I'm going to rewrite that because that looks really confusing now. Because I made a weird multiplication sign. 9/5 times 11/3. There we go. Okay, ready? 9 times 11 gives us 99. And 5 times 3 gives us 15. Okay, now you can ask yourself, how many times does 15 go into 99? You could ask that. Or you can do division, right? 99 divided by 15. So we know 15, 30, 45. What comes after 45? 60. Man, we're getting up there. So 60 plus 10 is 70. Plus 5 is 75. 75 plus another 5 would be 80 and then 90. So that's 6. Okay, so that gives us 6 with 9 left over. 9/15. Okay, so you could have left it at 99/15 if you didn't want to do all of this. Either one of those would have been an appropriate answer. All right, now I'm going to give you a try it. Are you ready? 2 try-its for you. Okay, try it number 1. So let's go ahead and do our try-its down here. So try it number 1 says, what does it say? Try it number 1. Okay, it says 1/3 times 1 1/6, and then try it number 2 that you are going to do. Oh, it says, it's a really big one. I don't know if we can do that big of one. Okay, let's do 4 2/3 times 1 3/4. Okay, now pause this video right now so that you are able to solve these without hearing me solve it. Okay, so hit pause so that you don't hear me solving the problems. And then hit play when you're ready to go. All right, first I need to convert this into a fraction because I do not have a fraction times a fraction. So this problem is really 1/3 times 1 times 6. So this is 6 times 1 plus 1, which equals 7/6. So 7/6. 1 times 7 is 7. 3 times 6 is 18. So 7/18. How did you do on that one? Check it out. How did you do? Okay, this one, we do not have a fraction. We have a mixed number times a mixed number. So on this one, we're going to actually have to do double the conversions. So I should have 2 conversions going on here. I'm running out of room on my paper. All right, so I'm going to convert. So this one is 3 times 4 plus 2, 12, 14/3. And this one is 4 times 1 plus 3. So 4 plus 3. Oops, I didn't write it. 4 times 1 plus 3, which equals 7/4. Okay, now we're going to multiply these two numbers. So I should have 14/3 times 7/4. Oh my gosh, it's a double. Okay, so 7 times 4 is 28, right? No, it's not. It's 24. Oh my goodness, Miss Englander, you're losing it. Okay, so 7 times 3 is 21, and then, no, it's 28. Oh my gosh, I am really losing it. Okay, so 7 times 4 is 28. 28, this is why I can't do it this way. You guys, we need to do math the correct way. Write it down. Okay, 8 and 2, much better. Okay, 7 times 1 is 7, 8, 9. There we go, 98. That's way better. And 98, and this one's 12. Okay, we're going to stop at it right there. I do not want to reduce that. If you wanted to reduce it, you totally could reduce it if you wanted to go for it, but you don't need to. Anyways, you can answer your essential question now. How do we multiply mixed numbers? What was the biggest takeaway from this? What do we have to have in order to be able to multiply mixed numbers? Okay, and then where are you at with your learning? So somewhere on here, I need you to answer your essential question and put your understanding in your box. 3, 2, or a 1. Where are you at? And then when you are all done, head on over to Google Classroom. If you need help, let me know. Otherwise, you may do your practice work. Thank you so much for all of your hard work today. I always appreciate it. And make it a great day the Cougar way.